What are you doing over there, kid?
Scrolling like normal.
He'd be scrolling on TikTok. He doesn't want to do the podcast.
Yeah,
he wants to scroll on TikTok.
I want to scroll on TikTok. I want to scroll on TikTok.
Scroll on TikTok. Hello, and welcome to the Hardly Working Podcast, the podcast where we talk about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm Kelly.
And I'm SP. Good morning, by the way.
Good evening, or good afternoon, whatever.
However
they
you,
say that on the
whatever.
Truman Show, right?
I don't, you know what?
Good morning, good evening.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen Truman Show. Oh, I know.
Are you?
I know what it's about. I get it.
I'm so sorry. You are like a huge Jim Carrey fan.
I know, and I think that's why I haven't watched it.
Because he's not Jim Carrey in it.
I mean, he's definitely Jim Carrey, but it was coming off of Ace Ventura and Cable Guy, like all the funny stuff.
I watched it in school. They made us watch the Truman Show in school. It was good. I really liked it.
They're like, this could be real.
I don't remember why we watched it, but it was. I did, and honestly, it was great.
Well.
So we should watch it.
You know what? Honestly, I think I will. I think we will. But not right now, because right now it's time
for Hardly Working. Oh, and look, can you see? Can you see?
What is that? What is that over there?
Zoom in. Do you see it? It says Hardly Working.
What's Hardly Working merch?
So I realize there's a lot of pauses for those of you that are listening to our podcast and not watching our podcast.
Well, if you are just listening, it is a very cute black sweatshirt.
Yeah, pullover
Sweatshirt.
We have merch.
Hand embroidered.
Not for sale, but we have merch. But if you want it, we'll make it for sale. We have merch. Hand embroidered, beautiful Christmas gifts we received.
From Simon and Nick.
From fans of the show.
And fans of our life. And we're fans of
But it says Hardly Working.
It was so sweet. I have a matching one as well, but
he didn't want to match with me today, guys.
Right. Because that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, for those of you watching, he thought, oh, people are going to get bored if they go back and like...
Not bored, but we don't need to.
How are they going to tell the difference if we're both wearing the same sweatshirt?
That's not what I said.
That is what you said.
I was basically saying it would not be visually stimulating for both of us to wear the same thing.
I think I'm pretty cute.
And it would look like you are pretty cute.
And I think you're pretty handsome. So, I mean, visually stimulating, we're already there.
That's true. But... it would be like wearing a uniform. Then every time we record, we have to wear the same thing.
No. But we just knew.
I thought it would keep it fresh if I wore it another day.
Sure.
Maybe not next week. Maybe the week after.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Keep hitting the microphone. How many times can I hit it? 1,000,000.
I know. It's just like every other episode of Hardly Working.
Hey.
Okay.
We're talking here.
So, oh my gosh, it was so funny yesterday. Brooklyn, our almost 9-year-old, she's like, I'm walking in, because you heard us say it. It was so good. Anyway, it has actually been a minute since we've been in the studio.
It's true.
We've already released our first 2 episodes of 2024,
Woo!
But pulling back that curtain a little bit, we recorded those before 2024.
That's true.
So that was like December 28th, I think, something like that. But this is our first time being back in the studio in the new year, and we have some stuff to catch up on.
Yeah, of course.
Such as New Year's. Kelly, how was your experience?
My New Year's was great.
Yeah?
Yeah. SP was working.
Mm-hmm.
He DJ'd a big old party at Universal Studios with our girl Sasha B.
That's right. Thanks to Corey and Tara for setting that up.
Yep.
It was the Eve party at Universal Studios Hollywood here in Los Angeles. 20,000 people there. It was nuts.
Yeah, and they were the ones who were in the plaza,
We're in the upper plaza. If you're familiar with it, there's a giant Grinch tree. I always get Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas and Doctor Who mixed up. Yeah. I'm like, the Who's? The Whovians? The Whovillians?
No. Yeah, the Grinch tree is where they were, and they were the ones who were... their music and talking was going throughout the entirety of the park.
Crazy.
But he got 2 tickets. They provided 2 tickets for each of the DJs that were there. And so I went. I brought my mom. My mom was very excited to go.
Very cool.
So we went and we spent some time in Harry Potter Land. Is that what they call it? I don't know.
The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Yeah, you would know. You said it like a million times.
They're very particular about calling it the right thing.
Yeah, it's my favorite place. It's not as good as the one in Universal Orlando.
They just have so much more space in Orlando.
Yeah, but it was really fun. The moment I went on, like hung out there, bought some stuff for Brooklyn's birthday, went on the Harry Potter ride, and then we went and we watched you. And our plan was to stay for. And you started at 9. Our plan was to stay for like an hour into the set. And then I looked at my mom at some point. And I was like, okay, Mom, like I'm ready to go whenever you are. Like I don't want to make you stay. And she was like, I'm having a great time. Let's hang.
Oh.
So we made it all the way to midnight. And then
Which
we were
is
exhausted.
nuts. Yeah, you stood there for 3 hours. The DJs must have been really good.
They were really good. It was really fun, truly. And I got my New Year's kiss.
Yeah, you did.
Which my mom was really adamant about me getting. And I appreciated that. She was like, are you going to be able to kiss your husband? And I was like, I don't know. He's
And I also kissed your mom. Don't tell your dad.
No, it was great. It was really fun. I think it's the first time we've been together outside of, I think, the COVID year, but the first time we've been together and kissed on New Year's in like our almost 5 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was one COVID year, I think, that we got that.
Maybe.
But I really don't get it.
2020, I'm sure.
Yeah, I really don't get it because you're normally on the road. So it was really nice to watch you, to be with you. My mom said it too. She's like, I never get to see him in action, really. Like, yes, at weddings, but it's very different.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been, I think, since Simon's wedding.
Probably.
That she's seen you even do that. So she was like, it's really cool to see him do that. And he's so good. He's so good at what he does. Look at everyone dancing. She was having a blast.
Aww.
So it was really fun. It was really special to be there with her too and to see you. But that was a really fun New Year's.
It was really cool to have you guys there too. It was great having you there. It was cool that you brought your mom. You guys left after 3 hours, which means we had 2 more hours to do after that. It was 5 hours, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah, when he was finishing, I was just about getting home.
Yeah, it was a lot. That can't be true. It took you 2 hours to get home?
It took us a long time to get out of the parking structure.
Yeah, it's a little crazy on New Year's.
Long time.
I made it home about 4, I think. Or
Yeah.
maybe into bed
Like
at 4.
yeah.
It was not fun.
No.
But the event itself was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So thanks to Universal for having us out.
Yep. And then it was supposed to be a pretty chill January. Until
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I had an event
It was like the same day we recorded our last show.
Yeah.
The very end of December.
Yep. I had an event set for the 13th of this month, which is coming up. So I knew I had that, but I was like, okay, like, pretty chill. We'll get a chance to kind of reset, refocus.
It was such a busy season in December.
Yeah. So we'll do all that stuff, and no joke, I'm pretty sure it was the day I got an inquiry for the 3rd of January, and I was like, maybe they just put the wrong date.
6 days away.
No, they didn't. They wanted me to do their wedding, and so reach out to them, book it within that 6 days, lock everything in like the day before. Go to this wedding. It's a blast. Like this they were so much fun, so kind, so sweet. At this wedding, someone says, "Oh my gosh, are you available Friday?"
Which is 2 days.
2 days
from
away
then.
because it was a Wednesday wedding. Are you available Friday? Because we're having an event. You should be there. And I was like, you always say, yes, of course we're available. Yeah, here's my card. Reach out. 99% of the time, they don't reach out.
Yeah.
I was at the event and I got a phone call and I was told Ashley May, who was with me there, I was like, I got to take this phone call. And so I step outside and they're like, okay, so like you're available Friday, right? We want to hire you. 2 days away, guys. I was like, yep. Know nothing about what's going on. I just know where I'm going. I've set everything up. They basically want to copy and paste, which was good for me. Show up there. It's 10-year anniversary. I knew that. Yeah, it's a 10-year anniversary of an Anaheim Angels baseball player and his wife.
A World Series winning baseball player.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Wow. All right, here I am.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and there were a lot of people there that were at the wedding that were there, so they all recognized me and
From
they were
2
giving me
days
hugs.
earlier, yeah.
Oh, it was a blast. With a busy week.
Yeah.
For me. Was told that this is a year of abundance for me twice.
Multiple times people said
yeah,
that
at least
to you.
twice within a 30-minute period, and I was like, maybe I need to change my word.
Yeah.
Routine to abundance.
Forget routines.
But
the routine is abundance.
Yeah, but it turned into a very busy working week, and we got to see Hannah, who's in from Tennessee.
Yeah, that really transitioned very well into the first thing I want to show you actually. But Hannah was in town, and that would be good enough as it is, but probably not worth mentioning on the podcast. Until you find out that we had like the best food night of our life.
Oh yeah.
So we went down to Din Tai Fung.
We love Hannah, so she's always worth talking about on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
For the record.
But it's not much of a story.
Yeah, but just wants dinner with our girl.
We go down to Din Tai Fung.
Century City, yeah.
And the wait is like
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. So we're like, let's go over, there's a place called Italy. There's probably one pseudo close to you if you're listening to this, because they have them all across at least the country. Mm-hmm. We've been to one in Boston.
Or
we've
you
been
can
to one
go to Italy, and it's basically the same thing. Just kidding.
A little taste of Italy. But anyway, it's like kind of like a market. It's got, you can buy cured meats or Italian desserts or loaves of bread. Like, it's a really cool place, but it also has a restaurant upstairs. So we go upstairs, we go to the restaurant, pardon me, we get some appetizers, some cocktails. We're having a great time. Everything is just kicking in, it's great. Because we were just like, let's go walk through here, kill some time. But we're like, no, they have reservations open now, let's just go eat.
Yeah.
So we had a mediocre charcuterie board, let's be honest. It wasn't great.
It's okay.
But the company was awesome. We had a great time. And then as we're leaving, we go and we pick up like a box of pastries.
Oh, yeah.
And tiramisus.
Well, we also... You are skipping out on so many things. We're sitting at the table, we're having some drinks, we're eating some appetizers, and Hannah goes, do you still want to eat at Din Tai Fung? Like for our meal? And I was like, yeah, I do. So we just got appetizers, but then I look at her and I go, but their tiramisu is really, really good. She was like, we can eat dessert before dinner, and I was like, oh my gosh, let's do it. So we have a couple appetizers, we have some drinks, we order a tiramisu, which was so good. We all thought it was so, so good. And you don't like desserts, but you were like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Go downstairs, we get a tiramisu to go, and we get some, like, they have like little pastries, you can get like 4.
They should have a name for that, like a tiramisu go, like a to-go tiramisu.
I don't know, but it was really,
Somebody
really good. Who am I? It was really, really God.
So good it was God.
And then we went over to Din Tai Fung and we ate like queens and kings. It was great.
We really did.
It was so good. It was like the best food night.
A freaking blast. Which is also hysterical because Hannah's story popped up on my Instagram today. And it was like, starting off the year by eating more meals at home. And I was like
In-N-Out.
That's good because, no, it was breakfast.
Oh, they made an In-N-Out dupe yesterday. They texted me. And
it
really looked like In-N-Out. It looked so good.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
I want some.
Yeah, it was a freaking awesome night. Oh, and it didn't end there.
No.
Because we already had dessert before dinner.
But then we had dinner.
And then we went to the grocery store before we went back to our house and cookies and ice cream. Yeah, it was,
so
a night of debauchery that only old people would enjoy.
Goodness, and we promise we don't eat like this all the time. It was just a special occasion. She was in from Tennessee. We were celebrating Christmas and New Year.
It was so freaking fun.
We missed her. We wanted her all the time. That's really the thing.
And
we
Anna
wanted
paid
to
for the
spend all the
Din
time.
Tai Fun because she's so sweet.
She's the best.
She's
Sorry,
sweet.
Andy. Next time we'll do something similar.
We miss you.
We miss you both and love you.
But for all you people who've been listening to 5 minutes of us talk about someone you've never heard of, it transitions very well into a video that I saw online.
Okay.
That it just reminds me of the type of friendships and friends we have and friends we are to people.
Yeah.
I've seen so many videos of people who have friends that just spend time recording them making fun of them, which is cool. Very fun and funny for a TikTok. But this is a video, I think the title was Me Coming Home Wine Drunk is the title. Here, I got it up on the screen for you. But let me describe it if you're listening. It's 3 friends. One is wine drunk in the middle singing. The other 2 friends are helping her up the stairs. It's shot from a Ring doorbell cam. And then at the end, another friend runs up. And I just think there's so many times, I've seen so many videos of like when somebody gets inebriated and they basically just get messed with. And then I saw this, I was like, oh, this is so much closer to us and our friendships.
All right,
So check it out.
I think I like this one.
What?
I think I like this alive.
What does that mean?
I think I like this alive.
What are you talking about?
I got her back.
I got
So
back.
this lady is just
I like this little life.
Yeah. And she's like wine drunk, falling up the stairs, and she's like, I love this, and I love my friends. And I was like, this is cute. And the guy's like, what are you singing?
Yeah.
We gotta get you inside. And then the friend at the end's like, I found her bag, running inside.
I got it.
And I was like, that might as well have been a picture of like any of us and our friends.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Just loving each other, taking care of each other.
Aww.
Made me really, really happy.
I love that.
I had to share it with you. Anything else before we jump into the bulk of the show?
Man, I feel like I've had a jam-packed week, and I feel like you've had a fun-packed week with Brooklyn.
I have had a fun-packed week
Yeah.
with Brooklyn. It's been great. Also, though, we are fully back in soccer. All-Stars. That was on
B
my
team.
list. Yeah, we didn't know we were on the B team.
A, B, and C team. Such an honor to be on the B team
Yeah.
of All-Stars, where the kids apparently don't know how to pass.
It was
Except for
crazy.
Brooklyn.
Some of these children can't even pass the ball still. But they are the All-Stars. Moving on. We don't need to talk about soccer.
But yeah, I got to see a lot of people. I saw Ashley May, I saw Mark, who both worked with me, and then I got to go to dinner with Dana,
Yeah.
who is an event coordinator for the Russell Harris event group, and also just a lovely human being.
Yep.
But we met in November at an event and hit it off like right away, and we were like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be friends. She's from Massachusetts, so she has moved out here within the last after COVID, and is still making new friends. And we were like, yeah, we're in it. We're friends. We're having a great time. So that was a little like just a fun week for me for
So
friends.
cool.
Although I've missed you and B. But you had a couple sushi dates.
Oh, we had so many daddy-daughter dates. Like this one right here. And this one right here. I accidentally took photos from one of them.
Yeah, so
But
it's
yeah.
the same one of her going, smiling with sushi and then going, with sushi.
Yeah, but we had a great time. It was awesome. It was really good.
That's good.
Anyway, let's jump into the show.
Sure.
The show proper, now that we've caught up. We're jumping into unpopular opinions. You can always vote or send unpopular opinions or anything really, either to our email, hardlyworkingfans@gmail, or even easier, on Instagram. You can follow us at hardlyworkinginsta. Send us any wild, weird stories, things you want to mention on the podcast, things that you shouted at your radio in the car but wanted us to know too. It doesn't matter. Just hit us up on Instagram at hardlyworkinginsta. INSTA. I've never spelled it before.
Yeah.
I just assume everyone knows how to spell Insta.
Insta.
All right, so this week's a little bit different with unpopular opinions.
Okay, I'm
Because
ready.
I've got 3, and we'll see if we get through them. I've got 3, but each of them not only is the opinion, but it has context and clarification.
All right.
For the first
Man, our
time
listeners are going to love this.
ever.
It's all they ask for.
Is this clarification?
Give me context, yeah.
We're like, no, we get to just make up the context
Yeah,
as
that's
we go.
right.
All right, here's the first one. Putting food on a board does not make it charcuterie.
Yes, it does.
Charcuterie, okay, hold on.
America.
Charcuterie boards, by definition, a collection of cold cooked meats. A couple of non-specific examples that grind my gears. I forgot who wrote this. Have a collection of vegetables on a board? That's crudité. Have a bunch of ingredients for a chili on a board? That's a chili topping bar. Have a board with pancakes and various toppings? That's just stupid and impractical presentation. They are not chili-cuterie. Pancake charcuteries. No. Put your food on a board and it's tacky, boring, and unoriginal. And for the record, I love charcuterie. Actual charcuterie.
Wow, this person has a lot of opinions.
Did they even mention cheese?
It's cheese and crackers. It's charcuterie.
All right, so putting food on a board does not make it charcuterie.
I disagree, but I also think
Even after that rousing, compelling
listen,
speech?
I think there are some things that are technical, like yes, the technical definition of charcuterie or crudité or whatever. Like I get that. I also think there are things that are cultural, and I think charcuterie has moved out of the technical and into the cultural.
Like a cultural crudité charcuterie?
No,
These are some of the hardest words I've ever had
I
to
know,
say.
but I'm just saying. I think charcuterie is a charcuterie board is now a cultural thing. It's a cultural phenomenon that's happened where people are like, yeah, charcuterie is whatever you want it to be, and not everybody likes cheeses and meats and crackers. Okay,
Who doesn't like cheese?
I don't know. It's not me.
crackers?
It's not me. I'm just saying
Vegans.
some people don't. But I also love the idea of having a charcuterie party where everyone brings something on a tray.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's so fun. I'm like, I want to do it. I think it's great. But I think it's a cultural thing now. I think it's a cultural phenomenon that happens.
Okay, I'm holding charcuterie in this hand. But doing a party like that would be so fun.
I know, we should do it.
You either do it where everyone brings a charcuterie board within a theme.
Yeah.
Like you tell people, like, you're bringing breakfast, you're bringing lunch, you're bringing appetizers.
No, the way you do it is you say you have to bring a charcuterie board, and the theme of it has to be the letter of your last name, the first letter of your last name.
That's a great idea.
So like
for us,
we
what
might
would
bring McDonald's, like, and bring
Yeah,
about
we
like
would.
nuggets and double cheeseburgers and French fries.
Oh, so you think you could get away with that? Be like, it's a McDonald's charcuterie board,
Yeah.
not like it's manchego cheese and mozzarella sticks and.
You could do that too, but I think, like I said, I think charcuterie is now, like, again, I will say, a cultural thing where people are saying charcuterie is more than just cheese and stuff. It can be anything that you can put on a board that you can, but it has to be something that's shareable and or dippable. Like, you know what I mean? Like cheese. That's what you're doing.
Is manchego a cheese?
It is.
Did I make that up?
No.
It
You learned that from
sounds
Bob's Burgers.
like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Let's Manchego to the movies.
Bring your manchego to the movies.
Well, like Bob's Burgers, they have a manchego burger, but it's some sort of clever thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt, but I know my face interrupted.
Yeah, but we've had manchego cheese and made
Have we?
the manchego burger
We
from
did.
Bob's Burgers thing.
Okay, so here's the other idea that I like, and it might not be charcuterie.
Mine is good.
Yours is great.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to think, like,
I don't
do we
know
have
what the
friends
Elmores
with
would
messed up
bring.
names? Yeah.
Who knows? They figured it out.
But you're
After
saying-
they tell me, what would you bring?
You're telling me, okay, whatever. Here's the other thing I want to do, is everybody, like, if you get, oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. If you get, I don't know, 4 to 6 friends or couples or whatever, and they all have to bring something that's a certain color.
Yeah,
So
I've
they
seen
go
that
to the
too.
grocery store.
That's not a charcuterie board though.
No, for sure. It's just a fun party.
Yeah.
Dude, should we talk about the cooking party that we talked about?
No.
We should save it.
Yeah.
We should definitely save
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Because I know
We're saving it.
Some people who listen to the show would be a
Yeah,
part
we're
of it. I don't
saving
want to
it.
spoil it.
So for all of you out there, cliffhanger, suckers. Just kidding.
Cliffhanger. Okay, back to charcuterie.
But I think charcuterie. Look, here's the deal.
Give
come
me the
at me.
charcutes.
Come at me because I understand that it's cheese and I don't even know if cheese. Well, it's cheese and bread or crackers and meats on a board. I get it, everybody. I get it. But like I will say, I think it's cultural. I think as long as the board is something that everything on there, you don't have to like cut it or like take the full thing. Like it has to be bite-sized things
Yes.
on a board. I think that's charcuterie.
So here's what we're gonna do. Think of your perfect charcuterie board in your head right now. All of the items on it. Visualize it. Be ready. Don't say anything.
No, that's too
Your
hard.
perfect board.
It's a charcuterie board.
Great. And I want you to tell me what's on the board right after I say perfect charcuterie board. Go.
No. Is it themed? I have more questions. Is it like a themed board? Because
Oh,
honestly,
come on.
my perfect charcuterie board right now is like Chick-fil-A nuggets with Chick-fil-A sauces and fries and like cut up spicy sandwiches.
So what I hear really is, first of all, you didn't answer my question at all. But second of all, you kind of just want to do fast food charcuterie boards is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, you could do chips too, a bunch of chips and dips.
Chips and dips.
Chips and dips on a charcuterie board. You could do Taco Bell on a charcuterie board. Yum. I'm hungry. Can you tell?
Taco Bell charcuterie board. Go.
What would I have on it?
Yes.
Nacho fries, nacho cheese,
Quesadillas.
quesadillas. See, but then it gets hard because you can't do soft tacos and chalupas because it doesn't work. But you could do, what's it called?
Doritos Locos Tacos.
You can't do that because you can't cut them up into pieces. But you can do Crunchwrap Supremes.
We're gonna have to workshop this idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it can't be this. But yeah, I think anything you can make into a charcuterie board is great.
All right. So
You could do a dessert charcuterie board. That would be fun.
hard disagree to this person. Dessert charcuterie. What would you put on there?
Oh, some orange sticks, chocolate covered orange sticks.
Yeah.
You'd also do like I would do little mini tiramisu cups.
Mm-hmm.
You could go to the grocery store and get mochi. Get some mochi on there. I'm telling you, it could be so good. Some key lime pie bites.
That'd be great because you just buy a pie and then you use like a cutter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, it could be so fun. But then you have different things. You can have like dippers. So you have like
dip dippers.
you can have like caramel or hot fudge or
What are
whatever. You
dip
can dip whipped
dippers?
cream, homemade whipped cream. You can dip it in there. You can have apples on there. You can do breakfast charcuterie. I think it's all charcuterie. We're gonna make so much charcuterie. All right.
It's our
my
new
answer.
word for 2024 is charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Listen, I understand what you're saying. That's the technical term of it. I get it. I'll give you that. I think anything can be charcuterie. But I also just like boards full of things. I think it's fun.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
That was a long-winded way to
I
say
do
that.
agree,
It's
though.
fun. Dream. Tell me what your perfect non-charcuterie board would be.
Perfect. Next one. I believe this one. And it's not July, and I considered saving it. We might talk about it in July.
Is it-
Fireworks are a waste of public funds.
Yeah.
Let me
But do they
explain
use
to you.
public funds?
See, that's what I thought. I was like, they don't do that. But ha. They do. The U.S. spends $2.3 billion per year on fireworks, according to the APA, which is where I get all my firework news. Much of that is public money for seasonal displays. Every time I see fireworks, it's the same. There's no innovation or novelty, just public funds being set on fire so we can ooh and ah for 20 minutes. People are hungry, need healthcare, need education, but we blow stuff up because tradition. I'm so on board with this.
Yeah, you think drones.
Drones are not even the future, they are the reality right now. If you want a cool thing to look at in the sky, it's going to be a drone show.
Yeah.
Who is excited? Who above the age of 10 is excited about fireworks blowing up in the sky? Who cares? Why do we even do it? Was it the Boston Tea Party? Was that why? Was it the bombs bursting in air that we're thinking about?
Yes.
I don't even know why we do it. But $2.3 billion? That's a lot of money just for 20 minutes of fireworks.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this.
All right, give me a few of them.
I agree with you. I do think that we should transition into something different. Since you said July and 4th of July and fireworks on the 4th of July. 4th of July has become more difficult for me as things like Roe versus Wade have been like taken back.
Sure.
I'm like, how am I supposed to celebrate freedom when you just literally are taking away my freedoms?
Yeah.
So it means something different for me. And so I used to love watching fireworks. And I still do love watching fireworks with Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about watching her watch fireworks. She really loves them. And you can see it in her eyes that it's so exciting. But take me to Disneyland. I'll watch them at Disneyland.
Our kid literally fell asleep during the 4th of July fireworks this year.
This year. But the year before she did, or a couple, whatever.
And it was at like 8.
I know. She would this time. She'd be like, I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't think you were with us last year, 4th of July. It was just me and her.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where was I?
Working? I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't sound like me.
Who knows?
I spend most of my time
Hardly working. But yeah, I didn't know that public funds were used for that. I do think it's dumb. I also think it's really dumb that on the day that we're celebrating our freedom and and the troops that went overseas to support or to fight for us, we're literally giving them PTSD. Or they have PTSD and we're gonna shoot off these things that
would be
really
great for
freak
them.
out.
Explosions.
I think it's really dumb.
Yeah, that's very weird.
But yeah, I just can't get behind 4th of July anymore. I don't get it. I'm grateful for the freedoms that we have, but do we really have the freedoms that you're taking away drag shows, but you still let people have their guns and shoot kids in school? Goodness, it's political. I'm sorry.
Save it for working through it.
I know. Sorry, I can't.
No, I'm with you. It's tricky season. But all that to say, fireworks are dumb.
Yeah. Go for drones.
Go for drones. You're on my drone side now.
I am. I think fireworks have a space, a time and a place and a space.
Yeah. And it's not here
And
anymore.
it's not. Right now, I'm just it's not exciting.
No. Give me some AI fireworks. That's
Yeah.
exciting. Not really. I guess that's what drones are. Literally what drones are. All right. Since we're already shaking things up, let's talk about bless you. No one should be expected or forced to say bless you after someone sneezes. Here's the context. It's pretty ridiculous. Why should people care when you're cleaning out dust from your nose or any other reason that you sneeze? Sometimes you hear 8 people say bless you while they also each expect a thanks back, sometimes from way across the room. This person is really mad about this. Does anyone care when someone's having a coughing attack or is genuinely sick? No, it's ignored, and after a while, people think it's annoying. Do people care when you're on the road and you're trying to merge into traffic? No. So why pretend that they care about people when someone sneezes? Don't even get me started on, quote, your spirit leaves your body stuff. Next time someone looks at me waiting for a bless you, I'll break out the dustbuster and zap their free-floating souls into it and watch their body slump to the ground.
Wow, this person is really mad about that.
Oh, yeah. But I also agree that saying bless you is a weird tradition that we still use.
It's a superstition, yeah.
Is it? So, yes, I guess it's a superstition. But why do we still do it?
It's just ingrained in our history. It's the same, we had a superstition episode of our podcast. It's the same reason why
Oh my gosh,
you
so
don't
long
walk
ago.
underneath ladders, or when people see a black cat, they're like, oh, that's
Is
bad
that still
luck.
a thing, though?
When you break a mirror, you go, that's 7 years of bad luck. All of it stemmed from somewhere.
Right. But those are all kind of things that you grow out of and you're like, that's not true. You can see a black cat and be fine. Your family owns a black cat.
For sure. Lucky.
Unlucky.
And he's a lucky boy.
Is that why his name is Lucky?
I have no
Because he's a black
idea.
cat?
Lucky
Is that
because
why?
he has 7 toes on each of his front.
We covered
He's
this on the
only-
show. Yeah, but I think it's ridiculous. I do say bless you, people, because I
It's a nice
think
thing,
that
nice
I'm
and
a
kind
kind
thing to do.
person.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a ridiculous tradition that we still do.
Yeah, but is it hurting? I asked the question. Is it hurting anybody, or is it just not your preference? If
It
it's not
is-
your preference, guess what? You don't have to do it.
It is definitively hurting this person.
Yeah, well, guess what? You don't have to do it.
If I sneeze, I got sometimes 8 people say bless you, and I gotta say thank you to all of them.
Like how
Sometimes
hard-
they're across the room.
God, people just
Bless you, thank you.
just respond with a sneeze. I don't know how to tell you. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either,
It's
but
a nice
I
and
do
kind
think it's a
thing
fair
to-
point.
You could say Gesundheit. Is that how you say that?
It didn't sound right when you said it out loud. Gesundheit?
Gesundheit? I don't know.
You can
I always
say
say bless you.
Anytime someone sneezes, just be like, bazongas.
Bless you. No, I won't be saying that. I won't be saying bajonkers.
All right, so I've got 2 stories for you today. The first one is more of just a quick hit, and the second one we deep
Just a
dive.
quick hit.
You know how quick hits.
Let's go.
45 minutes later.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Crocs CEO says business
I'm
is
sorry,
booming.
Crocs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crocs
I love our
CEO
Crocs.
says business is booming because people just don't want to dress smartly anymore.
I'm so sorry. The Crocs CEO doesn't think that it's smart to wear Crocs?
No. He's saying, basically, by the way, this is a Fortune article. It's not just some random
Wow.
website. The Crocs CEO is saying like sales are booming for Crocs because people want to be comfortable, not like button up
Got it.
anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's true. Like more and more people are working from home, and I think we're all valuing comfort over.
And Crocs are, you can go in the water with
You
them.
can go
You
anywhere.
can go do anything.
They're all-terrain shoes.
Well,
No, they're really
You can't
not.
go hiking
But they
in them,
are
yeah.
comfy, and they're so freaking easy. Look, 10 years ago, everyone, at least here in Los Angeles, everyone's wearing flip-flops,
Yeah.
sandals,
Now everyone's
thongs,
wearing
whatever.
Crocs.
Everyone's wearing Crocs. I think my buddy Corey even got a pair of Crocs the other day, and I was like,
They make them look cool now. There's some cool ones.
ones.
It's
Yeah,
crazy that Corey got them.
I know, because he's such a sneaker.
Tara would never.
I bet she would. I bet
Secretly.
she
They're bedazzled.
would. Yes, it'd be amazing.
They're red and
Your
bedazzled.
mom has some wild Crocs.
She
Crocs
does.
with fur on the inside
Yeah,
of
so you can
them.
wear them when it's cold outside.
It's crazy. I've never seen so much
She
variation.
has some Disney Crocs.
Yeah. Brooklyn's got some themed out Pokemon Crocs.
Yeah.
Crocs are the way to go.
Yeah.
But here's why I wanted to bring it up. One, because we do like Crocs. Sorry, internet. We love it. I see you. I haven't worn mine in a bit, but if I'm like taking out the garbage, I always throw them on.
Yeah.
I don't wear them.
And for the record, we bought them for a Hawaii trip with Hannah and Andy. That they were like, we're bringing our Crocs, and I was like, then we should get Crocs that are water shoes.
Yeah.
So I bought you like these red ones that I was just like, whatever,
Yeah.
like just. And then he was like, I like them.
It's true.
They're the
And
nicer ones, but
I have pretty big feet. I have size 13 feet.
yeah,
And if you put that in Croc sizes,
Ken looks like he's a clown.
yeah, and they're big red shoes, it's a lot.
You didn't care at the time. Now I
Right.
got me some sleek black ones that
That's
you're
right. It
like,
looks a lot better. But I think, speaking of, we talked about bless you earlier. I think that the way that we dress at any given moment could be changed up. For instance, when I was helping you set up for your first gig this week at the wedding, and remember some dude came in, an older guy in a tuxedo, and he was like, "Well, we're looking for the gift table," and we're like, I don't know what to do. You remember that guy?
oh, yes, it came back to me 3 times.
I bet he did. Full 3-piece tux, bow tie, everything. And I was like, why do we do this? We're like, it's a wedding. We better put on the shirt that buttons down in the front, not pulls over our head. And then we're going to put a vest on top of that with 6 buttons. And then a 2-piece suit on top of that. And don't forget the bow tie that you wouldn't normally wear because you're not a serial killer. Like, why do we do certain things? The other thing that drives me nuts is when, look, if you're a woman and you want to wear a button-down shirt and a tie, awesome. I would say generally, most women don't dress like that.
Yes.
But for some reason, when you're a server,
That's what you wear.
that's what you wear.
I don't know why.
Why is that like so the norm or socially acceptable? That's not how any of these people would be dressing, but all of a sudden they have to wear a button-down shirt and a tie, and we're like, that's normal. That's totally normal.
I don't know.
Well, thanks for really hanging me out to dry the show. Really good.
You didn't get to a point.
I think my point is, thank you. You're right.
Yeah,
The point is-
I was commenting on the things you were
The point
saying.
is, I think people should dress the way that they want to dress and what makes them comfortable and happy. Sure, there's times where it's appropriate or inappropriate to wear certain things. I just still think there's weird things that we're holding on to. Like, if you're a server, you're going to wear a tie.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's
That's
weird.
only at like Ruth's Chris or any.
Or
of those
any
things.
catered event you're at.
Yeah.
It is the normal catering outfit.
Yeah. Probably because it's easy to see them.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think it's weird.
I don't know.
The further I...
People are moving away from that though. People are more saying now like just wear all black or like whatever at
Yeah.
restaurants, especially like the up and coming ones, which I think is good because people should feel comfortable in what they're wearing, and the more comfortable you feel, the better you serve people or like can do your job or be who you are.
I guess that's true. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying too. Which is like, dress the way that you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I always feel weird when I have like, I don't think I've ever said this on the show. Maybe I have. When I've got like a gig at a country club or something,
Yeah, you talk about this a lot.
I'm always ready for some old man to yell at me for not wearing the appropriate clothes at the golf
They're
course or
not
something.
gonna.
They have. I'm like, I'm setting up gear. Like, I'm not here to putt around. Like, why are you even talking to me?
They're like, cool, I'll take that under consideration.
And I think like stuff like that bugs me too because like country clubs specifically bother me because it is like a caste system. It's like a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Like I pay $100,000 to be a member at blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a dumb use of your money. Why? Well, I gotta get away from the wife. Oh, your life seems great.
Yeah.
Well, I work here because it's kind of like what NFTs are. It's a symbol of status. That all worked out for everybody who bought an NFT. I just don't get.
I don't know what an NFT is.
Well, I don't want to get into that, and I know you don't either.
What does it mean?
Non-fungible token.
Fungible?
Yeah, truly, you don't want to know.
All right.
Truly.
Like
Anyway.
Bitcoin?
No.
Ethereum?
Have you ever seen like a drawing on the internet? Ever?
Yeah.
Imagine if someone was like, pay me $2 million and that image is yours and no one can use it without your permission.
Got it.
And they're like, or someone could just drag and drop it into a PowerPoint presentation and have it.
Yep. Which happens
What a scam.
all the time.
I know the NFT bros are probably not listening to this show, but if you are, you're probably like, that's not it. That's not how. It's how it works. I love you. Don't be an idiot.
You don't love them.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't lie.
I love all good people.
Are you a good person if you're going to sell someone something that can be drag and dropped for $2 million?
These are likely people who are buying them, not selling.
Got it. Don't buy it.
Don't do it. Don't
All
buy
right.
into the hype. All right, we got time for one more story here.
I'm ready.
And it's a story that we alluded to, but I kind of took a little bit of a deep dive into it. Do you remember that cruise around the world we were talking about?
Yes, that got canceled like 11 days in.
Okay, so it's not the only cruise around the world that's happening.
Oh, okay.
The next story,
What?
the title is, They Sold Everything to Go on a 3-Year Cruise. How it all unraveled. Now, rather than going through the whole article with
Did
you,
they die?
well, rather than going through the whole article,
Uh-huh.
I went on to Cruise Talk. You know,
Rude, my dad's on Cruise Talk.
is he?
Mm-hmm. On
Cruise
the Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Face Cruise Talk?
He'll. They're big cruisers, Mom and Dad.
Cruise it or lose
And
it.
so I think it's smart. They look into it to be like, is it a good cruise? Or what do you do on this cruise? What
Mhm.
should you do? What should you avoid? I think it's smart.
Avoid the 3-year-long cruise. Did you know
And all the
that
drama.
some of these people, no, not some, all, paid between $54,000 to, I think, $120,000
The
or
ones that
something?
are supposed to go on this around the world cruise that got
Yes.
canceled in a couple of days.
I don't know if it's that exact same one, because there's multiple.
Did they get refunded?
Look, you got a lot of questions.
I want the answers.
I've got a lot of videos to show you
Okay.
about what's happening.
Okay, not now, but later.
And actually, I do know the answer to that. Most people have not been refunded their money.
Well, they should.
Well, they should.
It's
But
not
here,
their fault.
for a mere few moments, we're deep diving into Cruise Talk. Kelly, you can turn your attention to the screen because there's videos and audio. Here's our first video of TikTokers keeping us updated on these cruises around the world.
Oh, baby, they pissed on that cruise ship. Let me break down this Royal Caribbean cruise drama going on, because I done went down a rabbit hole. So basically, it's this 9-month cruise. 9 months, and they're going to go to all 7 continents. First off bat, it's like, whoa, that sounds intense. 9 months on the sea, under the sea. I'm not the Little Mermaid. But if you're a traveler like some of these people, or you just want to see new things and you got the money, that's perfect. Now, this user in particular, I watched her video, and she broke down a lot of frequently asked questions. It was allowed to bring on 6 bags, I believe, up to 5 devices, because this kids there, the kids there are homeschooling. Certain people there are working remote. But this is when the mess come in, because they don't like each other. It's been like 10, 11 days, they getting sick of each other, which is understandable because you're confided in these small places. I'm seeing you every day, and we got 9 months, and the food probably not it. That burger bar can only take you so far. But the other mess, this user right here, I think her name is Brandy. I went to her TikTok page, because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, where the black people at? But it says in her bio, she is a traveler. She did a TikTok and stated if one more person asked her if she's the staff, and then when she tell them, oh no, I'm not a staffer, I'm a guest on the trip, they been doing that look, So you must be like an independent worker or something like that. Basically wondering how she afforded. That's that passive aggressive stuff. She stated it's gonna be a long 9 months. And then someone that caught the cover, they got her in isolation, but it's gonna be a long 9 months. Now I'm hearing some don't have to do the whole 9 months and they could like drop off. But you know, they saying there's favoritism going on. It's gonna be a long 9 months, and I'm sure I'm gonna be checking in on it. Just be safe, y'all.
Okay.
I missed a lot of that because it was very
Perfect.
quiet.
I'll give you the highlights. 9-month cruise.
I hear that. You have a girl who is a staffer, but she's saying she's not a staffer.
No, she's not a staffer.
Okay.
I'd say this eloquently. A lot of the older white people on the boat assume that she works on the ship because she's a younger black woman.
Yeah. Sounds right, because most people on cruises, not gonna lie, older white people.
That is true. I didn't think about this though. Some people brought their kids.
Yeah.
And they're homeschooling their kids there. Can you imagine? First of all, I love you a lot.
I love you too. I could do a 9-month cruise with you.
Yes, we could. Would we want to in the size of our room that we had?
No. I would upgrade to the best room.
Would you? Because it's $54,000 a person for the indoor room with no window.
Wow.
So you don't really have like a living room situation or a common room. And you know what it's like on a cruise. You start seeing the same people. Imagine if you get frustrated, annoyed, have a bad run-in with somebody, and then you're stuck on this boat for 9 months with them.
Not smart.
Not smart. This girl is talking about something that makes me
Pineapples.
even more happy. I'll turn it up for you so you can hear.
Thank you.
Okay guys, here's a cruise drama update, and this drama all stemmed from this one pineapple. So this lady is Adita, and she's a Pinnacle member on the cruise, which is the highest level of the Royal Caribbean loyalty program, so she'll get extra perks, benefits, things like that. So this whole drama started when she posted a room tour and she featured her door, which has all these little signs on. People quickly fixated on this pineapple. Just as Adita and Lee, her husband, Pinnacle, because they're Pinnacle members. But people were quick to point out, don't pineapples also mean swingers? You know when you walk past a house with this pampas grass and someone will say to you, oh, that means they're swingers. Supposedly that's also what a pineapple means. As people were digging into this pineapple situation, apparently it's only if the pineapple is upside down that means that you're a swinger. The best part is that Adita was playing up to this drama. She was loving it. As this drama was going on, she posted saying, which t-shirt should I wear today? This t-shirt with the pineapple the right way round. And then this t-shirt with the upside down pineapple. As you can imagine, people are losing their minds because Adita's really going in on this. But Adita then does post a video clarifying that this is not actually the case.
Sorry to disappoint you, but we are not swingers. But we do like pineapples.
I hate to disappoint you,
We're not swingers.
but we are not swingers.
We do like pineapples.
But we are definitely human.
Oh my
That was
gosh,
like the
yes.
stiffest delivery I've ever heard.
Hey.
So not only is this informative, but it's educational. Pineapples upside down,
Swingers.
swingers.
Is she on the same Royal, the 9-month Caribbean?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that has like a caste system where they're like, we're Pinnacle members and you guys are just little chummy to wummies.
Everyone's like that. I think my parents are diamonds on.
Yeah, but they don't flaunt it.
You don't know.
I guess
I'm
not.
getting the pineapple
But
stuff.
that's the other thing too.
Just kidding. As a joke.
This pineapple thing came up a lot during the holidays, so I figured I'd bring it up with you. Your parents love to gamble on cruises, as do many people on a cruise.
Yeah.
Do you think this is just a big scam to get people to spend all their money in a casino
I
on a
have
cruise
no
for
idea.
9 months?
I have no idea.
The self-control it would take.
I don't know. We didn't really do that. There's other stuff to do.
Yeah, but you and I aren't really gamblers.
So there's other stuff to do on the cruise.
That's true. And that is awesome, and probably the best part. I guess that and the 7 continents.
Yeah.
But you know what else happens on a cruise occasionally?
Oh my gosh.
The entire
Flooding.
floor of the
Flooding.
9-month cruise flooded after a storm. So Adita, our pineapple girl, if you know, you know,
She's
uploaded
back.
this video showing that the whole 12th floor of the ship had been flooded. So much so that the elevators you can see here were out of use. And Adita is still lapping up this whole swingers drama because she put our first on the Ultimate World Cruise, 6 mile per wind, elevators closed till further notice. We're really swinging now. She knows what she's doing. And another passenger uploaded this video which shows how much rain there was, and like, look at all these people just like casually on the treadmill. Maybe breathing into a paper bag somewhere. One of the passengers on the ship called Nadine said that she actually had to switch rooms because her room was flooded. And this is apparently because she had a balcony room, so all the water just came in. And some people are freaking out now because the next portion of the trip is going through Drake Passage in Antarctica, which has been known to cause damage like this and waves up to 30 metres in height. And apparently you either get the Drake Shake, which is like hurricane storms, or you get the Drake Lake, where it's not actually that bad. But before all that, Adita posted a video where everything had been cleaned up and it was all dry again. For me, Adita is the main star of this cruise, and I hope Royal Caribbean are compensating her accordingly. When she gets off, she needs to swing into some brand deals.
Adita.
Yeah.
An
Ooh,
online
yeah, girl.
celebrity. Alright, so I didn't include these videos, but speaking of celebrities from this, I can't remember the company. I think it was a book company, actually. Sponsored this TikTok dude who's like, if someone wants to pay me, I will go on this cruise and I will give you all the tea. And somebody was like, done. So there wasn't enough videos from him yet to really put it up there
Yeah.
and see what's really going on the
Yeah.
inside, but we do have
But he's
a
on this
person
cruise?
on the inside. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, because I put this together
He
yesterday.
better be friends with Adita. He has to be.
Adita Menzel.
Yeah. No.
Oh, so good. Okay, I debated on whether or not to share this, but just as the last thing,
Okay.
there was one more thing that I didn't consider. If you're on this cruise for 9 months, well, I'll let her take it away.
actually have the answer to this question from the cruise FAQs. So it says, what if I get pregnant before or during the cruise? And then it says, Royal Caribbean cannot allow guests who will be more than 23 weeks pregnant at any time during the cruise to sail. So if you get pregnant at the start of the cruise, then you're not going to be on for the whole 9 months. You're going to be evicted. And then people asking, like, what if you're ill on board, if you're sick? It says they have 2 to 3 doctors and 3 to 5 nurses on board. They've even got x-ray machines, a regular pharmacy and orthopaedic supplies. The dentistry is not provided, so if you chip your tooth, you're stuffed. And I feel like they're saying if you're ill all the time, don't bother coming on this cruise. It says all guests should consider their individual risk level for severe illness resulting from pathogen exposure. Because obviously if you're spending 9 months on one ship with the same people, like, you're probably going to get ill at some point. Like when COVID cancelled all cruises, because once one person gets COVID on a ship, then everyone else gets it.
No
Like
doubt.
it does say further on in the document that you've got to be fully vaccinated for COVID at least 14 days before you get on the ship. But I feel like that's pretty standard nowadays anyway, because if someone gets on the ship with COVID, then obviously you could easily spread it to everyone else, especially if you're on the cruise for like 9 months together.
Yeah, I mean, people got COVID on our cruise. We
For
didn't
sure.
find out until the very end that they'd been put on the bottom
Like in a
floor.
dungeon. Can you imagine? You're sick, you feel terrible,
And you
and
can't-
then you're just in the
In the staterooms.
belly of the beast,
Yeah.
underwater,
Oh my
leagues under the sea.
Yeah, seriously, but that's where they put them. We didn't know until later, but
No, but here's the deal. Here's another thing that I didn't know about cruises, and maybe you didn't know either. People die on cruises.
I did not know that.
Right? You didn't know that?
I mean, I guess that makes
Truly,
sense.
People die on cruises. One of the reasons is because it is literally cheaper to just spend the rest of your days on a cruise than it is to go in like assisted living or
Yeah.
a nursing home or whatever.
That probably makes sense.
It is literally true. So people die on these cruises. There's not a single ship that any of us have been on that has not had multiple dead people on it.
Dang.
Yes, so that happens. What I didn't consider was the pregnancy thing.
Yeah,
Like,
but I knew that because that was a rule when we went. We've only been on one. I've only been on one.
that
cruise
was a
my whole life.
rule?
Yeah, they
The
talk
cruise was
about
only
it.
like 12 days.
But they talk about it. They won't let you on if you're. It's the same. 23 weeks pregnant. Like you can't go on the ship.
That makes sense to me. But what happens if you
Yeah.
get pregnant night 1 or
You get
whatever?
evicted.
That's nuts. Like,
Makes sense.
and we're keeping your money. Much like your story from Mexico, you know that there's no refunds, right?
Yeah. Well, don't get pregnant. Then. If you're going on the cruise. You're there to cruise. You're there to travel. You're there to see the world.
Cruise it or lose it.
7 continents.
So
Dang.
hopefully Adita will be giving us more
updates.
details.
We should follow her.
Yeah. I don't think she even has a TikTok.
She's obviously she's posting somewhere.
It's the same like photo of her every time holding some board.
Yeah, because she posted that somewhere.
Yeah.
And
probably
she posted
Facebook.
this video of the ship flooding, and then she posted a video of it
Oh.
being cleaned up.
True.
So, just saying.
Well, Adita, we need more details. Details, please.
Details.
That's all for today, though. Before we wrap up, what are you looking forward to this week? There's only kind of one big thing going on.
Yeah, we're doing a really an event with Troy
Mm-hmm.
this week, which is going to be fun, I think, at the West Drift Hotel. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to that. And honestly, we're hanging out with Ashley, me, and Jonathan at some point this week. I think I'm just excited to have a weekend, which our weekend will be tomorrow on Tuesday. I know it's weird, guys, but hardly working. It's a weird life.
It is a weird life.
So I'm looking forward to having just a day where there's no expectations. And then we're taking down our Christmas stuff, which I normally hate doing that, but I'm really excited for the reset.
Yeah, our house is very busy with Christmas stuff,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, so I'm ready for the reset of just a new year. What about you?
That's pretty much what's on my list, too. Hanging with some friends. We got the one gig at the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
My year has been, this is the 8th day, but it's been chill. Like, it does tend to dip down in January after all the holiday parties. And so I've just kind of been savoring the flavor in for that.
Yeah.
Enjoying my time with Brooklyn this week. Gonna enjoy my time with you this week. Before, boy oh boy, I've peeked into the months to come. And I was
Yeah.
like, better get all the relaxation in now because it is going to be a whirlwind in a few months.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
And I'm also looking forward to the show after the show.
Yeah.
I'll be working through it.
So join us.
Where we're answering what question, Cal?
Oh, I wasn't ready. We normally talk about what question we're answering on the show.
That is true. But maybe, just maybe, people might want to know
Sure.
what to listen for
We're-
in 2 days when it drops.
Where we're talking about how do you keep open and honest communication with your partner?
Yes. It's
That's
the
the question
opposite of
we're
what we just
answering.
did. When we're like, I didn't know we were doing this. So maybe we're not the most qualified. But yeah, the
I
question
don't know.
is...
Tune in and find out.
That's right. How do we keep open and honest communication with your partner?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or in relationships.
Yep.
More of that to come. But until then, we're going to be off for a few days until Friday when we get to hardly working through it. And I hope you have the best freaking week that you could possibly have and you spend most of your time
Hardly working.
We'll see you in a few days.
Bye. And cut.
Stop.